I think whenever you move to a new country, because I've done this a couple times now, it's a bit of a whirlwind at first. You're mostly just flustered to get your life in order. My name is Amy, I'm 28 years old. I'm a software developer here in Barcelona, and I'm from Canada. After I graduated from university, I was an English teacher in Japan for 3 years. But when I got back to Canada, I was lost for a bit, but I decided that I wanted to change my career path drastically by becoming a software developer. Eventually, it seemed like the quickest path to take would be to go to a coding boot camp. I looked into some options in like the US and Canada, but I realized that the price I'd have to pay, it was a little bit too much for me at the time. I found a school called CodeWorks, and I thought, well, I've never been to Spain, like that seems kind of fun. It was a little bit rash, but I ended up coming here for about 3 or 4 months last year. I got a job straight after graduation, and I've been here ever since. So the neighborhood that I live in is called Poblenou, and I've known about it for a while because this is the area that CodeWorks and a lot of the tech companies are in. My company's actually in Poblenou. Poblenou in general, it's, I would say, kind of like a revived hipsterish tech area. Like there are a lot of trendy cafes and restaurants. And the other cool thing about Poblenou and working here is that we're super close to the beach, so that if it's your lunchtime, you can always just walk down to the beach for a bit, play a bit of beach volleyball, have a barbecue, things like that. So the work life here is a lot more flexible compared to what I'm used to. Something that really surprised me was how laid back everyone was about a lot of things, especially things like deadlines and time. When I started going to the coding boot camp, we were studying and I got up to go eat. It was like 7 p.m. and I got up and I started walking up the stairs to go to the kitchen. And my friend's like, where are you going? People don't start eating dinner until like 9, sometimes 10 or 11. And that was just unheard of for me. So, I mean, I think everything here moves a little bit, not that it moves slower, but that people take their time and they start a little bit later in the day. And maybe that's to enjoy the sun more. I'm not sure. The cons of working here, compared just from like a North American perspective, I think the biggest con would be that the salaries are not as high, for sure. And the rent is getting very expensive in Barcelona particularly. So that is a bit of an imbalance. I will say everything else is pretty cheap, like transportation, food, drinks, going out isn't too expensive. I think in the end, it's all about quality of life and things balance out. It's also just a really cool place to meet interesting people, because it is such an expat city and such a popular tourist destination. You'll have people from all over the world filtering through here. And because of that, even if you don't understand the culture, if you don't understand the language, as long as you're open and you're honest with them, you will feel completely welcome. I feel like Barcelona it's a big city. It's like 6 million people, I believe, except it doesn't feel metropolitan. It feels more relaxed. It doesn't feel hectic and it doesn't feel stressful at all.